Lord Jehovah God, I want to come to you and pray to you right now to give you thanks. Number one, for being my God, Jehovah. Number two, a loving mom, all my friends, and plus the ability that you bless me with, Lord Jehovah. The ability to get out and exercise every day and enjoy your creation, our planet. And also, I'd like to thank you, Jehovah God, for a Savior named Jesus Christ that died for my sins. In your awesome name, Jesus Christ, I pray to you. Amen. Mr. Steve Giddens, District Attorney of Talladega County, may I present Exhibit A. This video is why Bobby Green is going to kill me, because I'm about to expose him to the world the way he's doing my mom with that trailer park. Yeah, if you're a cripple like me and you're being bullied, you gotta watch my video called Shame. Yeah, before I get started, there's some shout outs I promised I was going to give to some of you YouTube fans. So, Miss Sherry Bradley, she's down there at the Environmental Department down in Montgomery. Thank you so much in helping us take care of that raw sewage that everybody's seen in my first YouTube video called First Time Machine, Chillisburg, Alabama. Got to give a shout out to my cousin Elliot, and I'd like for everybody to pray for his little girl, Nevaeh. She just got out of the hospital. My little buddy's been sick. She's 2 years old, and Nevaeh, that's a cool name because it's heaven spelled backwards. And I gotta give a shout out to Todd and all the folks at 3340 for listening to my story. And I gotta give a special shout out to Ralph Monchio and his sister. Yeah, the reason why I'm playing Shane in this video is the situation that Bobby Green has got us in is real similar to the movie Shane. See, Shane's about this movie about these folks that's got some land besides some other folks where they're being threatened with violence and plus with their lives because, you know, one of his renters, Robert Limbaugh, threatened to kill my Uncle Larry over a chicken. But anyway, yeah, you call it blackmail, whatever you want, but I'll call this whitemail because I know I'm right. But anyway, the reason why I'm making this YouTube video is if Bobby Green does not trade land with my Aunt Linda, I'm about to expose some things that he's done in the past. Let's see, number one, he threatened me. He called me up one day, but I'll tell you all about that. Well, he threatened to hit me, and he called me an SOB. I'm going to have a warrant swore out for his arrest. And number two, I'm going to tell you about all these lies that I'm going to bring up in court too. And I'm going to ask if Judge Rumsey would let me put this case on YouTube because I want the world to see this man, way he's doing my mom. But I'll be back. I got to chill. Yeah, I apologize about the breaks, but this is a touchy subject. This is my mom. But another thing too he's done, he bribed somebody so somebody could get a job. Well, you know what? I'm about to expose all this on a YouTube video that I'm going to release if he does not trade land with my Aunt Linda, okay? My Aunt Linda's got about the same amount of land that y'all about to see in it. I'm about to show it to y'all. It's got one trailer on it. Well, he's going to trade even, and he can take one of these other trailers and he can start him another little trailer park on this property with no rental trailers on it. The reason why is he don't want the hassle. Yeah. But see, what pisses me off so much about the situation is he had a trailer park, right? Well, he sold it, he turned around, and he bought this property. Told my mama he was going to build a house on it. No, he didn't. He turned around and put 2 rental trailers on it, gave my mom the receipt book, and says, here you go, you run this one. Because the last one, he sold it because he couldn't mentally handle it. So he decided to put the burden on my mama. Yeah, another thing too that really gets to me too about Bobby is Bobby's, he's Seventh-day Advanced, and I used to be a pretty wild individual, party hard. Well, he used to be preaching to me saying, you're going to hell for this, your lifestyle. But I'd like to take this message to send out a hope for the recovering addict that might be listening to me, buddy. There's hope for you, okay? If you think that addiction is going to send you to hell, There's a verse in the Bible, man, I want you always to remember. It says you're not under no law, but you're under grace. Jesus Christ died for your sins, okay? If we was under a law, we would all go to hell. Ain't that right, Bobby? Think about it. You went, see, he told Mr. Prince that his son was going to rent one of these trailers after he got out of the Army. Well, he does not have a son in the Army. He just said that because, you know, the neighbors was tripping on these rental properties around here, you know. They don't really want that beside them. Well, you know, he was trying to make it all look calm. Well, he told my mom that this property over here that I'm about to show y'all's restricted, that he couldn't put no trailers up there. There ain't no restriction over there. And plus, you know, he's threatened to, I heard him made a comment, you know, that I'll pay someone to go whoop their ass, pardon my French. I've heard him say I'd pop a cap in his ass. But no, it was a lady that was, you know, possibly could have dipped out on him. And I said, Bobby, you might want to watch her. She might dip owing you some money. Well, if she does, I'll pay somebody to go whoop her ass. Well, I thought about that. Let's just say if that lady was legit and didn't really have the money, you was going to pay a single mom with 2 kids, right? Pay someone to go beat that lady up to take her money away. That you ain't slacking for no money. Okay, here's this trailers he put beside my mama right here, okay? Check it out, how close they are together. Alrighty. Okay, he just packed them in there like sardines, okay? But I want everybody to remember this fence right here, okay? And let me zoom in on it right there. You see that sign, Bobby, that I put up there? I'm about to tell you what it says. Okay, look. Alright, see that right there? Hold on. That's my mom's house, right? Looky here, right? You see how close that is to my mom's house? And back there, that's my trailer. That's what I call Butt Kick, Alabama. Now, see, my mom had to put that fence up for a reason. We had this woman that lived there named Crystal Patterson that her daughter kept on driving through, Kayla kept on driving through my mom's yard. Well, we asked them to quit. Well, they kept on doing it. And, you know, another thing too, she'd take her son's basketball gold and put it out on her yard. My mom likes to keep a neat yard, and every time she would have to cut grass, she would move it. And well, I'd put it over there on her property, but she'd move it back. Well, I waited one day, she came home, and then when she got in, I went over there and put it back on her side. Well, she came out cussing me out and called the law to me for putting her stuff on her yard, okay? And, you know, we complained to Bobby about that, you know, and he never did evict them, you know. Even though they was driving through my mom's yard and stuff like that, you know, shoot my mom's a bird, you know, she wasn't evicted. Number 1, it wasn't his yard. Number 2, it wasn't his mama's yard. Number 3, she paid her rent a day early, and Bobby is like KC and the Sunshine Band. Okay, y'all see that? That's a Holy Bible, right? I'm putting my right hand on it, and I swear before my Jehovah God, I didn't do it. No, what I'm talking about is he had this renter, I think his name was Sandy or something like that. Well, anyway, he called Bobby up and accused me of putting a cat on his trailer, and I said, no, I didn't do it. Well, he made a comment to me. He said, well, they seen lights on down there. Was anybody down there? Like, you know, really, is it any of your business? I said, no. Well, they seen lights down there on, and I said, well, you know what? I leave the TV on at night when I fall asleep, you know. It could have been it, you know. I don't know. Well, anyway, he said, well, they said that you did that. I said, no, Bobby, I didn't. You know, I was sound asleep last night. Well, anyway, he said, if I ever find out that you did it, I said, Bobby, I'm telling you, I didn't do it. He said, well, I know the way you used to agitate your papa. My granddaddy's deceased. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you know what I'm talking about? I said, no, I don't. He said, yeah, you do. And really, I don't. I still want to know what the hell you talking about, Bobby. But anyway, he yelled at me and said, I will bust in your mouth, and pardon my French, he called me a son of a bitch. Okay, the same guy that's preaching the gospel to me, you know. Well, anyway, I get drunk, right, because it pissed me off, and I called him up, and this is exactly the way it went down, ladies and gentlemen. I called him up, and I said, hey, you such and such, if you still want to bust me in my mouth, you know what to do. Yeah, before I start talking about this, my favorite renter that Bobby Green had over there, there's this gentleman, and that's what I'm going to call this guy. The reason why Bobby turned you down, buddy, you were black. You know, my neighbors is going to testify in your behalf. If Bobby is not willing to cooperate with me, I have done talk to the princes, and they will cooperate with me. They're going to testify in your behalf. I apologize, but yeah, testify in your behalf, okay? Because he made a comment to my neighbors. He says, I ain't gonna let no niggers in there. And he straight lied. He let Robert Limbaugh live in there. And what pisses me off, you know, this black guy might not have been a nigger. You know, big deal if he's black. But what got me though, man, his respect. Yes, sir. No, sir. You know, unlike Robert Limbaugh, oh my God, let me tell you what that dude was doing. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, before I start talking about Robert Limbaugh, hey buddy, you remember that comment you made? Hey, I see you riding a bike all the time. I need you to call me, man, because I want you to sue this person if he does not want to trade with me, okay? Well, I meant with my Aunt Linda, but anyway, the issues about Robert Limbaugh. Number one, a long time ago, I've been knowing this guy for years, and I never really cared too much for him, because he's a smart aleck. One day, I don't know, he was about, I don't know, 3 sheets in the wind, and this little kid, he must have been about 3, 4 years old, 5. Well, he was an interracial kid. He looked at that kid, and he looked at the kid, you know, you old mixed breed. But I'll never forget the look on that face, that kid. Another thing that touched my heart that he did, he called my aunt a nigger-loving whore because her and her husband chooses to have black friends over there. And one day, he was out there, you know, drunk, cussing, and his favorite word is the F word that rhymes with duck. Was out there, you know, because he would come in drunk, cussing his kids. Get the F inside, get your ass out there and play, or what, you know. But anyway, he was out there cussing. My mama was out there working in the yard. I said, man, my mom's out in the yard. Would you watch your mouth? He said he didn't give a blank. He paid rent over there. Well, I complained about Bobby about it. Well, Bobby didn't do nothing about it. You know, well, he called Robert up. Well, Robert wanted to break bad. Okay. Well, my mom had to call the police. We had him arrested. Well, Bobby did not evict him. Instead, this is what he done, okay? You remember that sign that I was telling y'all that, you know, I'm about to tell Bobby what it says? It's strictly for you, Bobby. It says, hold on. Yeah, that sign right there, Bobby, it says, welcome to Butt Kick, Alabama. If I don't like you and you come past this sign, you're trespassing. Love, Josie Wales. Okay, this is the meaning behind that sign. Well, see, Bobby was going around asking folks to sign a piece of paper so he could evict Robert for harassment because he was out there harassing me and my mom. Well, anyway, that piece of paper wasn't nothing but a lie because Gary Prince signed it. And when we went to court, you know, and again, I want to thank you, Robert Rumsey, for raising an outstanding young man. That's little Robert, your son. Now, the reason why I call him little Robert, he looks just like his dad. But Judge Rumsey's an outstanding gentleman, you know, and again, I want to thank you for not being like that smart aleck judge, Larry Ward, down in Chillisburg, you know. Because Judge Rumsey asked me what was said, and I repeated it, you know. And he told me he could get me for contempt of court, you know. Thank you for handling it like a gentleman instead of a smart ass like, you know, I'm dealing with. Well, anyway, my neighbor said that Bobby come down there wanting me to sign that piece of paper. I hate this dude's guts. I swear to God I do. I don't want to talk to him. He has no business down here. That's why I put that sign up. Because if he knocked on that door, I don't know what I'm liable to do. But whatever it is, it's going to be involved with my hands. I swear. I don't, you know, I ain't like him or Robert talking about pulling a stick or a gun out, you know. Yeah, but anyway, that piece of paper wasn't nothing, you know. It's might as well been blank because, like I said, it was a lie. Me and my mama had to listen to Robert Limbaugh's mouth for like 5 more months. Well, see, Judge Rumsey said that he had the freedom of speech. He could say whatever he wanted to, even though it was disrespectful. And anyway, he would just, me and my mom would be out there, he would just scream out the F word because he could. And it's something I noticed about Judge Rumsey. You know, you're about like me, you're prejudiced. Yeah, I think you're prejudiced because, you know, you're like me, you don't like a nigger. Because Robert, think about it, he didn't shake your hand, did he? You're the first person that I've ever seen that man said walk away. He didn't want to shake your hand. Yeah, maybe because he don't like niggers. But the reason why Bobby didn't evict him because Robert was waiting on some kind of check and he owed him like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months rent. Well, anyway, Bobby would have missed out on $1,000, okay? He put my mama, he put his money before my mama. He didn't give a damn about my mama. You know? Oh, I'll be back. I gotta go chill out. Yeah, Robert, you know, Robert's always talking about violence, and he's always talking about, you know, how he's such of a badass. I got 2 questions for you, Robert Limbaugh. If you such a badass, number 1, why did you hit my cousin, my step cousin, Ricky Lynn Patterson, with a baseball bat? Why didn't you give him the baseball bat and go take away from him and whoop his ass? Number 2, you remember that dude that you beat up over there at Billy's? Why did you say me and him kicked his ass? Why didn't you do it by yourself? Maybe because you are a legend in your own mind, and sometimes it's hard to trot like a Triple Crown winning thoroughbred when you ain't nothing but a lame jackass. Yeah, again, you know, that really touches my heart because he didn't give that black gentleman, and that's what I'm calling him, you know. That guy, you know, again, I can't call that man a nigger because I don't know, you know, nothing about that man. In case my Yankee fans have listened to me or my foreigner fans and they don't know what the word nigger is, a nigger means second-class citizen in Alabama. You just heard what I just said about him. What makes him a first-class citizen, you know? But these guys, you know, and this white supremacists, like, you know, Ku Klux Klan or whatever, a lot of them are damn idiots. Because if you think about it, they ain't nothing but a bunch of mixed breed mutts. I mean, let me give you an example. When these Mexicans started coming over there, buddy, they hollering all this white power. If they think about it, hey, you know, that could have possibly been their cousin, you know, because, I'm a, you know, descendant from that guy, you know. You got the same blood as him to a certain degree. See, he's an Indian, just like your great-great-great-granddad or grandmother, but from a different tribe, because that's all a Mexican is a Maya or I can't pronounce it. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about, you know. That's all they are is a, you know, different tribe of Indians, you know. It's just, I don't know, it's stupid to hate someone for their color, you know. If you would shut your eyes, you might meet an awesome friend, you know. Because, you know, I wouldn't want nobody to hate me because I'm a mixed breed mutt, you know. I'm a descendant from a Cherokee Indian, and, you know, I'm proud of my heritage, you know. But, I don't know. Yeah, have y'all ever met someone that, you know, controls somebody with a smart aleck mouth? You know, that's the way Robert and Bobby, and I'm going to throw one more in there, this guy named Randy Davis, that goes around and calling little kids queers. And one day he went down there drunk down to Alabama Power. They were on the urge of getting their power cut off Well, that lady couldn't stop it. Well, I guess he went down there drunk. He goes down there, cusses that lady out, and it just totally, just, when I think about it, but he spitted on that lady. And he's always talking about such of a badass he is with his stick, okay? But I hate to admit this, little buddy, but that smart-ass mouth y'all got almost gave me an erection because you got my adrenaline going. Okay, I'm behind a Center Hill Chevron. The reason why I'm here is because one day Randy was walking up here and he had a stick in his hand. But think about this, Randy. All them times that you got to run your mouth, I walked away from you. That one day I didn't. Because the only reason why I bowed up to you, because you was walking down this trail right here, is because you had that stick in your hand. My goal was to take that stick away from you, whoop your ass, and hold on. Alright. Okay, y'all see that power line right there? Well, I had plans on whooping your ass, taking that stick away from you, tying it up there, and every time somebody would ride by, they'd see that stick there, and they'd be like, wow, how did it get there? And somebody might say it got there after that dude whooped his ass, took it away from him, and tied it up there. And if I ever whoop your ass, I'm going to do you just like you did that woman at Alabama Power. I'm going to spit on your ass. And thanks to you, they don't call me Jeffrey Scott Nix or a hillbilly no more.
Oh my God! It's Josie Wells!
Hey Bobby, if you notice how big I'm getting, I'm about to explain it to you in front of the world. See, I tell everybody I built the first time machine. I went back to 1993 BC. That means before Crump. But what happened to me in 1993, me and Don Sherlin, you know, we had that car wreck, and I take this time to tell everybody that helped me out by donating money. I appreciate y'all. In Chillisburg, Alabama, you showed me where your heart was, and I love y'all. But anyway, see, back in 1993, you know, I got stuck at the house for entertainment. You know, all I did was work out with weights. So, anyway, then my life got, you know, spun out like a Kenmore washer, strung out like a trot line, whatever you want to call it. I was there, you know. But, anyway, you know, I was thinking that there was some way that I could, you know, build a time machine, go back in time. And then, you know, I went to prison, and, you know, the reason why I went to prison, you know, because there was this old building that been closed down for years. Part of it was pushed up with the bulldozer, part of it was still standing, been like that for years. So we was getting a scrap metal out of it, didn't think nobody cared about it. Well, anyway, you know, they filed you know, a warrant out on me, and you know, they locked me up, but there was like 4 other people helping me, but I'm the only one that went to prison, so therefore I'm not really no snitch, Bobby. But whatever it takes to get this thing away from my mama, I'm going to do it. Now, as I was saying, you know, after I got out of prison, you know, I bumped into this girl, and I swear I heard this voice, and I believe it was Almighty God telling me, hey, watch that lady and her child, and, you know, take care of her. Well, I did, and I noticed, you know, she really needed my help. Well, I started helping her out, started hanging out with her, and I sort of kind of got the hots for her, and she started dating this guy, and then I bumped into this guy, you know, and looked at him and sized him up. You know, this guy, he was a healthy looking guy, you know. He looked like he'd been working out, you know, looked like a linebacker. Well, it hurt my feelings. So anyway, I was walking to the store to get a beer to chill my mind out. Then God revealed an answer to me. Hey, if there was some way you can go back in time, you might have a chance at her, because, you know, even though I don't look like Tom Cruise or Kid Rock or even Gene Sargent, you know, I've turned a few heads in my days. So anyway, you know, it's like God revealing an answer to me. So what are you about to do? You're about to go get a beer. That's not, you know, good for the temple of God, which, you know, is your body. So anyway, I started practicing healthy routines, quit partying, and started working out, you know, practicing healthy routines. And then I started to get to know this girl, and then I heard another voice tell me in my mind, Then I started working out because you remember that comment, you know, that you had bust me in my mouth and you called me a son of a bitch, and plus Robert, you know, threatened me. So I started working out. But check this out, okay? 2 years ago I couldn't even bend over to touch my toes, but look at me now. Bam, and I can do it more than once, and I can do it fast. Thank you for that, Bobby. But anyway, I started getting in shape because, you know, you like making money, you know, all you worried about is money. I had a bright idea. Would you be willing to fight me? And I was going to give you half the money to show up downtown Chillisburg. But anyway, if anybody's seen my first YouTube, there was supposed to be a fight down at the 50-yard line at the John Cox Stadium. Well, me and Gene, that's a friend of mine, we're willing to fight, and we're willing to take half the money that we raise to donate to a charity, and we'll be willing to give the other half to somebody that will be willing to back this fight up, because Doug Wesson's for it, and this guy down at the Park and Recreation Department said we need a backer, plus we need to get the consent of the Board of Education of Talladega County to have it at the John Cox Stadium. Me and Jean's got knows a friend of ours that she said that she could get a repo trailer for $3,000. We might not reach that goal, but we'd give that lady a good start on it. And, you know, like I say, she needs a trailer because her floors are falling in. And she's an awesome lady, and we're going to try to help that woman out. Now, at first, I was wanting to arrange that fight across the street from the First Baptist Church, you know, when they have Coosa Fest for a particular reason. Because going to church ain't getting the hell out of you. I have plans on beating the hell out of you, Bobby Green. I know what you're thinking, Bobby. He ain't about nothing. You too, Robert. But you know what, cuz? I'm about to carry your ass to Missouri real quick. This land that I about to show the folks, your land, Bobby, see how we can't get a backer to do it downtown? I challenge you and Robert to a fight down on your property. I realize you've had hip surgery, you know, like me, but not like me. You've had one surgery. I've had 4. But I'll tell you what, you know, I'll give you 1 year to rehabilitate your leg and your buddy, Robert Limbaugh, and we'll fight y'all at the same time. I could imagine, you know, if we do that, you know, my little cousins like Jitterbug and little Travis, if y'all start kicking my ass, they gonna be crying.
I'm going to kill Shane. They're all trying to kill him in there.
But if I start kicking y'all's ass, you're going to think you're at a Cheney concert, because all my fans are going to be rapping. Yeah, okay, now look, this is this land that he's got. See all that right there? All that right there? Okay. That house, all that. That's Bobby's land that he's got up here, and, you know, there ain't no rental traders here because he don't want the hassle, you know. But, you know, take that other trailer, Bobby, you put it out here, and then that way you get to hear all them FUs and suck my... Oh yeah, I forget, you don't live here. This is like your second home you got. You really live in East Boga. But you know what's sad in the situation too is he's got a brother that lives in a government house, Glenn. If you cared anything about your brother, man, why don't you put him out here? Oh, maybe you can't make no money off him. But, you know, think about, you know, there'd be plenty of places for folks to park to come watch a fight. Ain't that right? And think about that, Robert. You know, remember that challenge? That's the way you like to fight, ain't it? 2 on 1. I hope y'all accept it. Yeah, I'm about to, you know, end this thing, but what I'm going to do, I don't like calling Bobby. I don't like hearing his voice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put his number, you know, here in a second out there, and I want one of my YouTube fans to call him up and tell him, buddy, you done doo-dooed in Josie's cornflakes. You've got him pissed. But anyway, Bobby, I'm going to give you to January to decide what you're going to do. I mean, if you want to trade Aunt with my Aunt Linda, or you want to kill me, or if you even want to send someone over here to beat me up, Red Rover, send one badass right on over, because I built the time machine for this moment.
I'm calling up the posse, it's time to get to ripping. I'm freaking each sunroof to keep you suckers tripping. Everybody looking, if you're jealous, turn around. The AMG kick keeps us closer to the ground. We're getting good grip from the 50 series tires. The Alpine's bumping, but I need the volume higher, cause the 808 kick drum makes a curly skip. Done, we're rolling Rainier, and the jealous wanna get some. Every time we do this, sucker MCs wanna battle. I'm the man they love to hate, the JRUE.
Yeah, seeing how this is Veterans Day, you know, I'd like to give a shout out for all the men that served this country. Thank you for your sacrifice, and I'd like to give a shout out to the two veterans, Steve Robertson, for everything that you taught me, buddy. And special shout out to my Uncle Larry. Thank you for your service in Vietnam, but most of all, thank you for being an awesome uncle. And every time, you know, me and my mom need y'all's help, you and Aunt Hilda are there, and we love you. Thank you so much. Most of all, thank you for serving this country, Uncle Larry. Yeah, there's another thing I forgot to tell about Bobby. You see, it's this phone conversation that me and Bobby had, where I called him up and I said, "Hey Bobby," I said, "you realize this is my mama that you put this trailer park beside?" I says, "You had a trailer park. You didn't want the hassle. You put the burden on my mama." Well, he called me stupid. Told me it wasn't none of my business. Oh God, I mean, now I think the world knows why I hate this man. I mean, he's like right up under Hitler, you know. Ooh. Now I need my YouTube fans help. Please tell a friend to watch this video and help me make this thing go viral, because I want the world to know what kind of a self-centered brother-in-law my mom's got. But in the same token, I want the world to know what kind of an awesome mom that I got, and it ain't Linda. And I guess I'd like to tell all my YouTube fans out there, keep smiling, because God loves you and I do too, buddy. Thank you for listening to me.
I gotta be going home.
Why, Shane?
Man has to be what he is, Joey. Can't break the mold. I tried it, it didn't work for me.
We want you, Shane.
Joey, there's no living with a killing. There's no going back from it. Right and wrong is a brand. A brand sticks. There's no going back. Now you run on home to your mother and tell her everything's all right. There aren't any more guns in the valley.
Shane, it's bloody. You're hurt.
I'm all right, Joey. You go home to your mother and your father and grow up to be strong, straight. Joey, take care of them. Both of them.